Hi, welcome to the Urban Influencer. Today we have Zak G. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. It's nice to have you here.
Yeah,
Now,
wonderful to be here.
for sure. Where are you from?
So I am from Syracuse, New York. I know New York's known for the city. I'm like 4 hours out. You might know it because of the university up here. But yeah, I've been born and raised, been here my whole entire life, basically.
Okay. I never been there, but it's pretty cold up that way, I hear.
Yeah, it gets cold. Honestly, we've had some pretty nice days, but it's about to really hit and be here for like 5 months straight. So that's good.
For sure. Now, are there any like musical influences like in that region that you grew up listening to? Was there anybody famous that came from that area?
So I'm trying to think. I mean, we have Tusi, but he moved down to North Carolina like
Oh
in the
yeah.
middle of his growth. I don't know how long he lived here. Post Malone lived in Baldwinsville, which is Syracuse. That's like greater
Hmm.
Syracuse. Um, I know Skooly. Skooly is from here. He's probably like he's signed under Polo G. We have Andy Mineo. He's like a Christian rapper, and he's like really big in the Christian hip hop community. So those
Oh,
are like I feel like those are like the big four that we have had.
and you next.
And that's exactly it. Yes. Yes.
And name some of the music artists that influenced you like growing up. Like who did you listen to?
So I started with Ludacris and Eminem. I love just like crazy zany delivery. Like that's kind of who I am as a person. I mean, I was class clown of my high school, if that tells you anything. Like I was just the crazy one, right? So they fit my style, and I also was kind of like this outcast guy that didn't really fit in. Like I have a Middle Eastern background, but I also was in like basically an all white school, so I was kind of in this
Hmm.
middle ground of being really like too American for like the Arab community, but too Arab for the like. I was just kind of this middle ground outcast. So I felt hip hop just became a way for me to express myself and find my identity of who I am, right?
Right.
But and so Ludacris and Eminem, I just felt like those were people that were just like individuals. Like you couldn't really say this is like what they are. They're just like these guys that are just outliers. I mean, speaking of outliers, Outcast, Andre 3000.
Right.
So like all these things are my roots, and then you move into like Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator. Again, they're breaking like identity stereotypes, molds. They're being something that's just like I was thinking outside the box. Mac Miller,
Right.
Kid Cudi, Kanye West. I mean, you can see Man on the Moon. You can see Power. I got
Yep.
on my wall. I got there's the Love Below. There's Tyler the Creator's Igor. I mean, there's Ludacris. So like,
Yeah.
I have them all on my wall as well. So
I love Ludacris too. I used to listen to him all the time. Like
yeah.
lyrical delivery. Like, come on.
Well, what's your
Yes.
favorite song? What's your favorite song?
I be that nigga that Luda, aka LOVLES.
I love it. I love it.
Fat
Is that
Rabbit.
Fat Rat?
I
Is that
love
Fat Rabbit? Fat
Fat
Rabbit?
Rabbit.
Yeah, dude, that beat's crazy.
I love it. Yeah, Ludacris was something, man, and DTP. It was really
Hmm.
a vibe back then. Um,
So
what
cool.
motivates you to create music?
Honestly, it's just I feel like I live in a fantasy world in my head. Like it's just this creative muse I get that I'm just like, oh, I think of this cool line, or I'm singing the humming this interesting melody. But it really is listening to good music that gets me into it, man. I mean, the new Jid album is so fire. Like just listening to new music that really inspires me, and yeah, I think that's really what gets me going.
Yeah, I need to tap into him. I've been. It's not that it's just so many music artists I've been listening to. I haven't tapped into him yet, but I definitely will. Where are some places that you have performed?
So I performed like I've been doing a lot of shows around Syracuse University because it's kind of where I'm from. So this past year, I actually started. I had hip surgery,
Mhm.
And so I was kind of down and out, not doing shows, and coming back into it. I had made a connection with one of these students that were putting on shows just like in these basements. They do these big, Syracuse University has this big culture with house shows, and where
Mm.
it's, if you don't know what that is, it's like 150 kids going crazy in a basement of like a university just house, like outside of like on campus, right?
Mhm.
And so yeah, these kids just get rowdy in a basement, and you just, you hook up some speakers, a little mixing board on a mic, and it's really not like the highest sound quality, but it's just something about that like griminess that
Right.
like it is, the energy's unreal because you're right up next to people. There's no stage separating you. It's just you're in front and you got the place packed for like 150 people out, and you're just going for it. So I've been doing a lot of those. I actually have one this Saturday that
Okay.
I'm going to be doing. Um, as for other things, I did a tour last year. Me and a couple of artists put on a like 3-day tour that we decided just like rent a Sprinter van, figure it out ourselves. We went
Right.
Cleveland, Ohio. It was Captivate, it was called. We did one in Brooklyn, New York at St. Paul's Theater, and then we did another house show to cap that off. So it was like a little 3-day mini tour that we put on. But those ones I did a show in Buffalo. I'm just starting to expand now to the rest of upstate New York. So looking at
Okay.
Rochester, looking at Binghamton. I also did a show in Binghamton as well. So we're slowly like expanding and getting out of where I am now.
Okay, that sounds good. It's like you're building your fan base, you know what I mean? And, doing it local and then out branching. That's how you're supposed to do it. That sounds great.
Yeah, yeah, and through that, you meet people and you find the right people. I got in tune with a booking agent, and he was just like, man, I mean, your work is undeniable. You stay after your social media grind. You post every day. You're doing shows consistently. Like, it's really undeniable what you're doing right now. So I'm gonna go at bat for you. Like, let's try to figure out how to make you not just Syracuse Zach, but upstate New York Zach. And then
Right.
from there, then move down to the city. I have some connections of artists that would do these Syracuse shows. Now they're living down in the city and doing shows. So, there's a lot of different ways. I don't like to burn bridges. I like to connect. I like to meet people and keep healthy relationships, because at the end of the day, that's really what this is about, is like meeting
Exactly.
meeting people and like meeting Vonnie. Like this is awesome. So
Right.
this is what I live for. This is what I live for,
Yeah.
and so I'm just excited to see where this goes next.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about being named a neighborhood vet and local phenomenon?
Yeah, no, I love it. It's really cool because I don't think I really shouldn't be in the position I'm in right now. Um, I mean, I shouldn't say that I shouldn't be. I should be. But like I just found the right people and, sniffed out the right network to make. But like a lot of these Syracuse University shows are for like Syracuse students. Like a lot of these
Mhm.
students have their own bands, have their own rappers, and they're doing their own thing and trying to grow in that way, right?
Mhm.
Um, So me getting into the mix, there's only so many local talent that really can find their way into that.
Right.
And here I am doing it. So I think that they call me that because I mean, I'm 27. These kids that I'm doing the shows for are 20. So like I am the vet at this point.
Right.
But it's still young. I don't I think age is just a number, and I think that, I can be going at this until I'm 40. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
I love the badge. It's a badge of honor. I wear it with honor. And
Right.
it's exciting. It's just like people are actually like, oh, Zak G. Like it's like this little local
Yeah.
thing, you get that energy. So it's fun. It's fun.
Now, when all of your limited edition vinyls sold out at your local record store, how did that make you feel?
Amazing. I mean, if there's one dream I had that was like, well, one of them's being on the Breakfast Club. For some reason, that like is a big goal of mine. And that's like the thing that drives me in the back of my head. But the other thing that's been driving me for like 10 years was to get an album that was completely made by me, and that's it right there behind me,
Mhm.
on wax. And so when I did that, it was like it was a surreal moment to like have it, on that, just that wax in front of you is just, it's an unreal feeling. And it was something that I've always dreamt about, is just have my own thing. So I just went hard for it, man. I just, signed him, made him look really cool. I mean, the artwork, Lopat, he's an artist out of upstate. He's super, super talented, and, collaborated on this and put him out in the record stores. And it's just awesome because people are really out here. I wouldn't say I have the biggest following ever, but the one thing that I can brag about that no one else can talk about is the depth that I have with people, the emotional connection. And I
Right.
think that that's, like I said, that's what we're in this for, So
Right.
it's awesome. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, and I like how you take it back to the basics, like you were saying, like the basement parties, and y'all just have the mic and the mixers, and then you out here selling vinyls. You know what I mean? Like taking it back to the basics, because a lot of people like stream this, stream that, which is cool, but you have like tangible, like okay, I can go and get it and have it and put it on my wall if I want to. So
I was just about to say, the cool thing about a vinyl is like it's an art piece. Like you can put
right,
it up on a wall. It's like you can get CDs, but like I like the big blown up, especially when you have a cool. And I love my album cover. You know what I mean? So I want
yeah,
people to be able to, and it's almost selfish, right? I want people to have that, but also I want to be able to have this on my wall. You know what I mean?
right.
So yeah,
Right. Now,
yeah.
what was your inspiration behind creating the song You Feel It 2.0?
Uh, so You Feel It 2.0 is the intro. Are we talking
The
about
intro.
that? Or are we talking about You Feel It 2.5? Because they're a little bit
I'm
different.
like, God, what I was listening to one song and I was like, okay, like I was like it might be 2.5, but
Okay.
I was feeling it. I
Was
like
it the
it.
one where was I rapping hard in it, or was it more like melodic and singing and auto tuning?
Melodic and singing autotune.
Okay. Okay. That was probably You Feel It 2.0.
Okay.
So that's the yeah, that's my intro track off my album.
Yeah.
That was actually like I made that like a year before this, like all these other tracks came about, and it kind of like spurred everything.
Right.
It was one of those things. It was kind of like one of those things you make and you're not ready for it yet. Like you make it and you're like, whoa, like I've never made anything like this before. Like,
Mhm.
and so it was one of those things where you had to take a second and just be like, I don't know what to do with this yet. And slowly, like other songs that I was producing started falling under the same sound with the synthy feel, and I came up with the awakening theory that is, I mean, heavily influenced by Kid Cudi and Kanye West, mixed with like Childish Gambino verses, but just like the synths and stuff like that. I just love that cinematic type vibe. So yeah.
Right. And you were talking about the artists that did the artwork for your album cover, and I was looking at it and I was just like, man, this looks really cool. Like I just want to know, like, what was the overall like inspiration behind the awakening theory? Like they gave me some, like I'm into science, so I had
Okay.
all this stuff in my mind, so I don't know what you were thinking when you when you created it.
You're talking about like what the title means, or like
Yes,
how we know the okay.
the title.
So the title is kind of like the awakening theory is the theory to awaken myself to my true potential of who I'm supposed to be. It's kind of like waking up to myself. And I find that some people think that like, oh, like being woke or waking up to certain things is just like a moment where you have like an aha moment, but it's deeper than that. You have to keep having that aha moment. You have to keep on reaffirming it to yourself. And that's how you really grow and how you really change and how you really become your fullest version of yourself. It takes time. And I feel like the awakening theory is the theory for that is like this stuff takes time. You have to keep at it, keep going. And this is like the reminder for me to say, this isn't even close to where you want to be yet. You know what I
Mm,
mean? But if you stay on this theory of awakening to your true potential in yourself, then like everything's going to open for you. And it's been happening. Like it's
right.
crazy. I just had a show on the Orange TV network,
Oh,
which is
really?
Syracuse University's school, Newhouse School, which is like one of the best broadcasting schools in all of the country here in Syracuse, New York. They have a show called Loud and Clear where they feature local artists, and it's very few people get to go on it. They only get to do like 4 or 5 a semester, and I was one of the artists, and it's going to premiere actually in 8 minutes on YouTube. So I'm out here, I'm doing all these things, and that's really what this is about. It's just about keeping my mind right, staying on myself, and just doing the little things every single day to keep myself just in the right mindset and just manifesting, I guess.
And I was about to, it's interesting that you said that, because I was going to say, I mean, you kind of manifested that with the name and the visual behind it. So it's like a manifestation to me. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So you taking it right out of my head. Like, dang, I was about to say that. Now, other than music, what are your other interests?
I love football. I'm a big Tennessee Titans fan. I like to chill out. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit of a nerd. I like Pokemon. I like RuneScape. Like, I don't know if you know what RuneScape is, but
oh no, I'm thinking about
it's like an old 2006 like computer game that people used to play online. Let me think of other things. I like to go to the Y and just shoot hoops, and it's very therapeutic for me. And I just love to socialize, man. Listen, and music is my number one thing. Like, even when I'm not making it, I love my buddy DJs, and he's my DJ too, my best friend. And, I'll go out, support him, and just have a great night, just playing our favorite music and stuff. So.
Okay. Well, that's dope. You already mentioned like you have some upcoming shows.
Yeah. So I have 3 upcoming shows. The next one is Saturday at the Harrington, which is a house venue in Cuse. Another one is December 30th. That's going to be at Funk and Waffles in Syracuse. And then January 12th is also going to be at Funk and Waffles. So Funk and Waffles is kind of like the place to do shows here in Syracuse. So that's that. Yeah, I've been there many times. It's kind of like the staple. And slowly but surely figuring out ways with my crazy schedule, because I also work at a brewery, to do more shows outside of the area, which we're plotting as we speak.
Oh yeah, you got a plan.
Yeah, for sure.
Got a plan.
And also in March, South by Southwest, like that's gonna be a huge thing for me too.
Oh man,
not performing at this point, but going out there and networking. So next year, the year after that for sure, but I could even be past that at that point, so I won't even. Who knows? Yeah,
that's what it's about, networking. And I mean, you already, building your fan base and doing what you need to do. So I'm proud for you.
Thank you so much.
You got this. All right. Well, I do want to make sure you'll be able to see your broadcast, but tell us where we could find you on all social medias.
Yeah. So my name's Zak G. If you're looking for me on streaming platforms, it's ZAK space G. ZAK, no ZACH, no ZACK, it's ZAK. There's no C. It's ZAK space G. And so for my social media handles, it's the same. Whether you're looking for me on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter, I am Zak G. IAM ZAK G. On all with a K. With a K. With a K.
Don't
play with me. Don't play with me with that ZACK shit.
For sure. Well, I do thank you so much for coming by the Urban Influencer, and I wish you the best and abundance for sure.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem.
Yeah. Baby, really hyped for this one? This is the only time you need to get sweaty, all right? Keep going. Come on. All right, yo.
Hey. I know I got it like that. When I'm shooting for the moon, gotta put them on blast, cause I'm breaking through the roof, looking down on my past. When I blow, make room, I don't stop until I crash, yeah. I came inside the game, I'm trying to dominate. Bigger steps, rather take a risk, ain't room to hesitate. Full-fledged, dedicate my time until the day is done. Family views, roses all around me, ain't no one-on-ones. I'm a big stepper in the trifecta. Raised amongst the wolves and bloodhounds, that's why my mind reckless. Gold links, fitted for a king, that's why your man's jealous. I got way too much to lose and way too much to prove to slip up. Suicide to rollie with baguettes and cut my wrists up. Ace of spade Adidas make me feel like I don't walk much.
I'm carefree until the situation is a potluck. I pop out with everything I got and I ain't got much. Enough to keep my homies all around me for getting cleaned down, boxed up. Mafia, Southside. But they don't really care because we outside. No, they just think dangerous. And always on my piece because my mouth wide.
I know I got it like that. When I'm shooting for the moon, gotta put them on blast, cause I'm breaking through the roof, looking down on my past. When I blow, make room, I don't stop until I crash, till I crash. I know I got it like that. When I'm shooting for the moon, gotta put them on blast, cause I'm breaking through the roof, looking down on my past. When I blow, make room, I don't stop until I crash, till I crash, yeah. No, I got it like that. No, I got it like that. No, I got it like that. I don't stop until I crash, till I crash, yeah. About it, now they know I'm about it. Planting my feet in the soil, shit, I'm grounded. Wanna play leech on the boy, I'm surrounded. They want my energy, but I'm nowhere to be seen. Just a part of my scheme, dream on like it's me and my thoughts. Going toe to toe with all y'all. Just give me the mic, I talk a lot of shit. Can't get a grip of me though. Sipping wine that's Pinot. Gotta watch my ego, swerving on the D-Lo. You can't crash when you're this high. Passing bird flocks, flying on my magic carpet past midnight. And y'all in the city, sorry didn't get the invite. I've been giving insight since 2015, been up all night, no sleep, make moves so low-key. They thought I fell off, but I proceed to give them what they need, not just what they want. And just wait until they get this shit I'm on. Yeah. No, I got it like that. When I'm shooting for no, I got it like that. When I'm shoot, no, I got it like that. When I'm shooting for them, no, I know.
That's it, baby. Hey, appreciate you. Hey, no, I got it like that. Hey, no, I got it like that. No, I got it like that. I know I got it like that. I know I got it like that. I know I got it like that. Thank you, guys. Dude, it's fantastic, bro. This shit's awesome. I got it out now. All streaming platforms, music video coming soon. Levi, talk some shit.
When I'm talking, listen.
I got it out now.
Hello world.
Hello world.
I'm doing good, doing great, staying hydrated, staying fresh. You know what I'm saying? I might be sweating, but you know what? We're doing numbers.
Yes, sir.
Hey. Out now. Link with my love in the remix.
Dead serious. Dead serious. Dead serious.
Look, Zak going crazy.
It started with a bottle, how I fell in love. All in my heart, sipping on a double cup. I've been bleeding bloody and son, I'm almost empty. Pain is really tempting, yeah, I never learned my lesson. It's a killer moment, yeah, how I fell apart. Who can throw these hearts, I be with it from the start. I've been drinking plenty, yeah, this Henny almost empty. Pain is really tempting, yeah, I never learned my lesson. Going through the motions, and it's got my body flowing. Crazy the commotion, yeah, the puppy, I be that potion. Poppin' pillies, got me flowing, got that bang, yeah, Arabia.
A lot of niggas be speaking on the line like, don't really know nothing about it, you know. But look, nigga know I'm from Atlanta, for real though.
What happened to Atlanta? We went from ripping zones to color of bandanas. Trying to stay clean, the streets dirty like Diana. They left it how we talked and ran off with the grammar. I'm from Atlanta, but damn I miss the real A. Talking about when I left the house, they had the Kim Bay. Turn the field with tomahawks, yeah, them real brave. Bitches showing ass and titty to get the rent paid. I miss the real A, this ain't the real A.
Safe to say when they made me, I was in Hollywood. Hollywood Road, up there on the hill. My big sister hated me, I don't know what I did. Landed on apartments when they found my friends. I got traumatized when I lost my friends. Low-key went inside, yeah, they caught a bid. I put on some skinny jeans and look what it did. Back to Bankhead, he's a rich kid. Okay, birthday bags. We gave swagger to them old niggas to turn they bag. After school, the show at Crucial, I was late for class. Magic City, seen tuition, about to break the bag. Damn, I missed the whole
What happened to Atlanta? We went from ripping zones to color of bandanas. Trying to stay clean, the streets dirty like Diana. They left it how we talked and ran off with the grammar. I'm from Atlanta, but damn I miss the real A. Talking back when I left the house, they had the Kim Bay. Turn the field with tomahawks, yeah, them real brave. Bitches showing ass and titty to get the rent paid. I miss the real A, this ain't the real A. Ray. Real graded baby. Grew up on the king. Right back KK roller skate. Falling green, bro. Get some polo tee from Mason. Hood fights and Magic Johnson. I participate. Fresh and shouted low died. They left the city devastated. A couple more real ones that ain't here, but I can't name them all. Out of town to come to shop. All they know is Lenny's mall. Courtside flow seat. Got you straight from Booke ball. Long live true. He the reason half the city crib. Lately it's been war off in my town. The whole city trip. They get it off much. We set them trends and they can't wait to steal it. Wish I could pair with wine. Cause them the times that I'm just reminiscing. What happened to Atlanta? We went from ripping zones to color of bandanas. Trying to stay clean, the streets dirty like Diana. They left it how we talked and ran off with the grammar. I'm from Atlanta, but damn I miss the real A. Talking back when I left the house, they had the Kim Bay. Turn the field with tomahawks, yeah, them real brave. Bitches showing ass and titty to get the rent paid. I miss the real A, this ain't the real A.
Hey girl, you got a minute?
Yeah girl, what's wrong?
I'm just tired. Like, I done had enough.
Oh Lord, what'd he do this time?
If you could come over and help me pack up some of this stuff before he gets here, like...
Yeah, I can swing through.
I just want to be gone by the time he gets home.
Alright, I'm on my way.
My baby done left me all alone.
Yes, she did.
I think I really messed up this time. Really messed up. Yeah, she done packed the bags.
Oh yeah.
Cleaned out the house. I think I'm about to lose my mind. She told me time and time again that some things need to change, but I just couldn't seem to get it right. Only thing she left me was a letter. Can't believe my baby is gone. Let me tell you what the letter said. Don't wanna be a fool no more. Gotta find me. I gotta find me somebody who's gonna love me. Don't wanna be a fool no more. Gotta find me somebody who's gonna love me. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute, little brother. Let me talk to you. I've got some wisdom to share. There comes a time in every man's life to stop running around and show her you really care. I know you done heard you don't miss your water till your well